All right, hello my friends, welcome back to the channel. So as some of you may know, I am going on vacation. Actually, when you watch this, I'll already be on vacation, but anyway, I'm going on vacation and I want to make a little ephemera holder to take with me so that I can have some of my stuff to work on while I'm there. So I'm going to start off with a base of just white cardstock. So this is going to go out of frame for just a second. I do apologize. It doesn't like focusing when it's just something white. But it's just white. It's actually pre-made cards, so they already have the crease in them to fold and everything. And that's what I'm going to start with. So because you won't be able to see anything for a little while until I get some color and stuff down on these, I'm really quickly off camera just going to go in and do some stamping on them. And I'll use probably several stamps, but this is the main one that I'm going to be using. So just giving it a nice texture with all of those numbers and stuff in the background. So I'll go ahead and do that, and then when that's done, I'll be right back with you. Okay, so I have all of these stamped up. I used that number stamp and then just some of my texture stamps that I have. And I did it for 5 pieces. That's 4. There's 5. Okay, I did it for 5 pieces, and you'll notice I only did it on one side because I want to use my, what do you call it? My lay flat journal technique for this. And basically now I'm just going to fold all of these in half. And I said it a little bit wrong earlier. I'm not making just an ephemera holder. It will hold ephemera, but basically I'm prepping like a little ephemera holder with ephemera to go in it that I'll be able to decorate while I'm on vacation. So I know, I'm sorry. It's kind of weird. It'll make sense as I go along. But I'm just going to add the creases to all of these. Okay, so now that those are all creased, I'm going to go through and I'm going to choose probably one side of each sheet to put a notch in. And what's going to happen there is it will, you know, be where I'm holding the ephemera. I hope that makes sense. I'm sorry, guys. I'm so tired today. I even made an extra pot of coffee because I'm having issues. Okay, so anyway, yeah, I'm going to go through and choose one to put a notch in, and I'm going to kind of move them around so they're not all going to be in the same spot. Okay, so I've got those all notched up, and now what I'm going to do is I'll have to pay pretty good attention to this. See, what I've done here is actually put a notch up here and a notch on the side here, which is not going to work because, I mean, it could work, but then I'd have competing places. So basically, I can put these two together and then it's just a notch on either side. So that's fine. I'll do that. We can put this one here. And then this one, yes, can go there. And that one can go there. Okay, perfect. So that actually worked out just fine. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go in with my glue and I'm just going to glue around the edges that don't have notches. And I'm going to ink the edges. I'm inking the edges later because if I tried to do it with each individual piece now, if anything ends up sticking out a little awkwardly or anything, then I'm just going to have to re-ink it. So for now, that's perfect. I will do that with the other ones. Okay, so this side here will get glued to the cover that I'm going to make. So we'll have a little tuck in the cover, and then I have some pages here. There's a little tuck here. Pages here. There's a little tuck here. Oops. pages here, and then a tuck here. So that is the base that we're working with, and I did not quite 100% let all of this dry. This cardstock's a little bit glossy, so I kind of smudged it around, but that's perfectly okay with me because I kind of want this to be dirty and grungy, and it just kind of fits the style that we're going for. So really quickly, I'm going to round all the corners, and I'm just using my corner rounder for that. I have, I'm going to use the 7mm. And just a little tip that I've found, I find it easier to make sure I actually get my corners correctly if I turn it upside down. I don't remember who gave me that advice. It was a little while ago, but whoever it was just so smart because I used to have a lot of issues with not getting the corners cut correctly, and it was because I wasn't inserting the paper correctly. So I'll finish doing this, and then I'm going to round, or I'm rounding the corners right now. I'm going to ink up all of the edges. Okay, so I'm going to set this to the side and let it dry for a little while. This is what we're looking at so far. I'm going to wash off my hands to get the ink off, and then I will be back with you for the next step, which is we're going to add a couple more little tuck spots and pockets on some of these pages. So I will see you then. Okay, so because I'm making several of these, I will be making a few for sale and stuff as well. I went ahead and just using a blank card, I went in and measured out different spacing and sizes for different pockets and tuck spots. And so for this one, I'll kind of, like, you can stop the video if you want to take measurements of any of those. So the actual size of the cards that I'm using in here is 5.5 by 4.25, which is a little strange, but just so you can kind of get an idea of, you know, how things work. And basically what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go through and decide on each page if I want to add a little tuck spot or pocket, and if I do, which one I'm going to use. And I want a pretty good contrast with this one, so I think I'm going to go with some black cardstock. And I have just a couple extra scrap pieces here, but I want to add a little bit of texture, because even though, yes, that's really high contrast, and I think that looks great, I want a little something here. So what do I want to use for that? I have a couple different options. I could do a stencil with some white paint. I could do maybe a mica spray, or I have silver ink. That would look cute. All right, really quickly, I'm going to look through my stencils and then I'll make a decision. Okay, so I think I decided I'm going to go with this kind of geometrical pattern. As you can see, I used it with some turquoise before. Metallic turquoise at that. And I'm just going to go ahead and do basically the entire sheet because I can then cut it up into the sizes that I want. So I will quickly do that. And for it, I'm just going to use my white gesso. I'm using my gesso because it's not as opaque, so it'll be a little bit lighter than, say, if I use like a white acrylic paint, which will give fuller coverage. Okay, so I have those done. And yeah, I like that. Okay, so now I just need to decide what I want to add on each of these. So this is going to be the inside cover. And kind of the way that I like to do this, there's obviously lots of ways you can do it. This is just my preferred way, is I go in, oops, I grabbed a couple of those, and I'll just put a little sticky note on it and then write in what I'm thinking I want to do. So this already has a little pocket up here, and it's going to be the inside cover. So I think I'll do a corner tuck down here on the bottom for a little extra something. Over here, I want to do 2 double slide-ins. So those are the half-page tucks. At least that's what I call them. You could call them whatever you want. So we have a side one here. I think I'll do just the side tuck on this one. Whoop. Come here, please. And then over here, so you can see what I'm talking about. The corner tuck here, the 2 half-page tucks, this one, and then the side tuck, well, here, there you go. And then I think I'll do a layered one here, and I'll probably only do 2. I don't think I'll do 3, so I'll just do 2. Okay, and now that I know everything that I need, I can go in and cut the sizes that I want out of here. Okay, so really quickly off screen, I went ahead and cut out the sizes that I need for these. I also added notches into some of them, most of them really. The only ones I didn't were the little side tucks. And now I really just have to go through, figure out which pages are which, and glue them down. So let's go ahead and do that. And by the way, these little Post-it notes, I use them 2 or 3 times before I throw them out. I don't throw them out every time I use them, because I do write on them in pencil, so I can always just erase them and reuse them. Okay, so I have all of those in there now, and the next thing I want to do, because like basically the whole reason I'm making this is so that I can take it and decorate the little cards that are going to go in all of these spots whilst I'm there, is I need to go ahead and cut the sizes for all of those cards. Also, I have all these scrap pieces here. I won't take all of them with me, but I will take some of them with me, because then it can be used to, you know, decorate the stuff that goes inside. So, I set that to the side. And what I'm going to do, if you've never seen it before, is I have this box of scraps. So this is all stuff that, you know, I've cut other little cards and stuff out of before and just ready to use scraps. So I probably already have some that are going to be of, you know, a pretty good size. Like that one fits perfectly right there. And what I'll do, this might be a little, yeah, that's too thick. What I'll do is I'll just find places that these fit. I'll have to take this down just a little bit because of the glue, but I think those will work good. I have a couple of those size already. So I just take off, you know, maybe another 1/4 of an inch. And then I'll have space to tuck these in. Okay, so I've got those filled up. The next thing I want to do is what's going to go in the pockets back here. And I think for that, I'm going to go back to the black cardstock. Or I could use, I have silver. Let's see. First, let me put these back in their spot. Okay. No, I think I'm going to stick with the black. And these will just have to get cut down a little bit, which, how many do I need? 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah. So I need 4 of those. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, those ones might already be the right size. We will see. So yeah, this is why I keep my offcuts, because, oh, right, that's not glued down to anything yet. Okay, so that goes a little too far down. So we'll just take about 1/2 inch off. Maybe let's go with 3/4. I don't want it to. Some of this I might have to trim down a little bit more. Is that not? Maybe I didn't cut it straight the first time. Anyway, so just to check and see, so that would, yeah, that'll fit. That'll fit fine. And this is not straight at all. How in the heck did I manage to do that? Which part's not straight? There we go. That's part of it. Okay, that's better. What was I saying? Oh, right. Some of these are a little hard to put in, so I may have to trim them down just a little bit, but they're fine for right now. Right now, I'm just trying to get the general idea of it. Let's see, I have 2 upwards ones, so let me just use this. This cardstock is not quite as black as the other one. I'm okay with that because this cardstock is more of a warm tone than the cards in the back. So I am keeping this mostly, right, there's nothing in that. I keep forgetting. I only have size 5mm refills. And that's a size 7, but I keep trying to grab it. But anyway, I want to keep this mostly black and white is what I was attempting to say before I distracted myself as per usual. Okay, so that is the basic structure done. I still need to do the spine and the cover, And then I'll probably round the corners of all of these in here. We may do some background stamping and stuff on that as well. I haven't quite decided yet, but I'm going to go ahead and call it here for today, and we will continue this in the next video. Thank you guys so much for joining me today. I really hope you enjoyed this video, part 1 of 2, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye!